Hambani, and I'm back with another video. If you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in, and if you're a regular, thank you for supporting my content. Guys, like men are gonna be the end of us, like period. Honestly, after God, fear men, cause yo. But anyways, in this story time, I'm going to talk about a situation that someone that I know found herself in. But she money but guys. Like, so remember in that last video of mine that I uploaded last week, I told y'all that I was actually supposed to like shoot a story time and all that, but then I felt like shooting, what is this, a get to know me tag. So here's what I actually wanted to talk about. So there's this girl Mugeli, she and we met way back in 2018 or 19, somewhere more, let's say 18, right? So fine, she stays around the same area as I am again. So back in 2019, there was this guy, Elorogelo Onamarat. Like she had a crush on him. So this guy, Abamuva in more complexing. Fine. One thing about us females is that we would actually do anything, right? Like I know most of like we would go all out for the guy. It doesn't matter how long we have known each other, not the guy or whatsoever. Like as long as like I'm gonna show him that. So fine, Mogeli, she would cook and clean for the guy. Every time her guy are hungry, like the girl was always there. Mind you, I get it, they weren't dating at that time, right? Even acquaintances, right? They were still getting to know each other. Fine. So Mogeli would cook and clean for him each and every time when the guy was hungry or when the guy felt like eating home, because the guy is a baller, by the way. So fine, each and every time when the guy wanted to eat homemade food, Mogeli, she would prepare the food for him and all that. Like most of the time, the girl would spend time with the guy, right? She would spend time with the guy because her words to us was that Obadamo guy, and she does not care that the guy is a player. She's willing to change him because she's willing to change him because the guy, he's well known more. Like I've said before, he's a baller and all that. So Miguel was like, no, as soon as I'm Jola, he's gonna change. All of that is gonna stop, right? So Miguel owns a player as a girlfriend, like she's busy marking her territory. Mind you, they're not dating with the guy again until guy Abarida decided at the end of the day that, you know what, let me just ask this girl out, right? He ended up asking her out and they ended up dating, right? Which was a dream come true for my friend because since I'm a bad and she was going all out, like she was going all out. Leona even like, come on, this guy to like, for sure, like he's a player. I was like, I don't care. What I change. And fine, Mugaya Abona Arida design it's a high and then Bachon. So Guy Gimo to Elure. How can I put it? Give back to Baba Bono, you know, like let me put it like that. And that is why he's a baller and all that. Because when he buys things, he makes sure that was spender, you know, and he makes sure that he buys all these expensive stuff, even lady clothes, Gucci and all that. So back in 2020, it so happened that COVID in a feature. So fine, during that year, maybe around November or let's say September upwards, right? So during that year, I think we all know the impact that COVID had on the economy and all that. So people were getting retrenched left, right, and center. So it so happened that Guy Liena abaluses planning because of COVID, right? Because obviously his company in a sense who maintain like so fine. Unfortunately, he lost his job. For a few months. You know, I really want to try talking without using my hands, but I can't. Like I don't know how to. Spanish body language. So, but then I'll work on it if it's a problem for some of y'all. My hand, like you wanna so yeah, Guy, let me stop calling him Guy. What can we call the guy? Let's call him Wow, I can't believe that I haven't thought of a name yet. Let's call him Snai. Because he's a fool for what he did to my friend. Fine, we get to that part. So fine, guy, Snai. Snai, he lost his job due to COVID and all that. So I want to give you a little bit of a background about the guy, like before I move further, right? So it's like I've said before, Snai is a well-known person, right? He's a well-known person. He's a well-known person because of his lifestyle. He's well-known because of the way he dresses, like Kimoto lifestyle top, right? He's well-known for hosting parties, for buying expensive alcohol and all that. So obviously after losing his job, he could no longer maintain his lifestyle anymore, right? So now that he was at his lowest, his friends, his so-called friends, like now he's on his own, right? So fine, Miguel Onamutusa, she was helping him with food, grocery and all that, and she even helped him with rent, like olamo patala rent for about 2 months, if not mistaken, 2 or 3 months, somewhere there, until they ended up moving in together. So Miguel was the only one working, right? And uspana span sharp, right? So obviously una khona ho maintain a lifestyle ya highly, what's this guy's name, Snai, and by that I mean that she was able to cater for the both of them, right? So every now and then Snai would ask the girl for money to go hang out with his friends and all that. The very same friends, Belore, they were not there when he was at his lowest, right? Like they were not there, they were ignoring him. So Mogeli, she didn't mind, guys. Like the person that I am talking about, oh sweet, like give me to oh sweet, she's very kind. Go give me to oh sweet, no, yes, give it to ba. I'll skip some demi if only she knew what was she getting herself into. The way the girl was so unbothered about Snai being unemployed and all that, she was trying to be the perfect girlfriend for him, right? Like she was trying by all means to win his heart. Already Unesa I win, but to her it wasn't enough. That's why she was taking extra measures by giving him money to go hang out with his friends and all that. Like I know a lot of girls that have actually done this. Like I know a lot of girls, they go the extra mile for their boyfriends, and that time mutawatengena hatolazak unahani majida unahanu hang out with lady friends. What about looking for a job? Like what about that? Like, you know? So Miguel was so unbothered about all of that. She was so unbothered. She was so unbothered about Snai being unemployed, her being the only breadwinner in the house. Like she was unbothered. You know, like I'm helping my boyfriend. This one time Snai asked her for money ya go lala stances sa hae. Mogele fine abamofa. Like guys, imagine you don't have money, you are unemployed, you are living under someone else's roof. The only thing we na haning stance, stance for what? Like at least let's say maybe when he was asking for the money, and all that. Mind you, he was no longer doing that. A year before he was still looking for a job and all that. Now necessarily king. Not even a king. I don't even know what to call him. He was just something else. He was no longer looking for a job. Instead of helping her out, distance, like now would never share. I remember when she told us that she gave Snai money like guys, we were shocked. It was me and her best friend, by the way. We were shocked. This guy, like, is he okay? Like, dude, you are unemployed and the only thing in stance. Like now if I was him, the least seeing that Mugela she has a car, the least go again, you know what? I don't like this thing of you being the only person that contributes in this house. So I was thinking that how about I sell my car and then we use yours, and then obviously the money for the basics, maybe for electricity and all those things. Like what is that? Like guys, we were shocked. Already you're doing so much for this guy, right? now also mufazaka ya utropa koloi, like like yes, it would have been better if he was asking for money, maybe but the span and all that. Guys, I say this guy, he was not taking this girl serious. Go na bana playground. And then Mogeli Lena, she was like, I don't mind, like I don't want him to think that I'm not supportive and all that. Like no. This guy is using you. Like he is using you, and when you don't see that, he's taking advantage of the fact that we're in love, and by the look of things, he doesn't love you the way that you love him, right? So he's taking advantage of your love. That's why why is he not helping you? The least that he should be doing is so guys, here's the climax. So Mugeli gave Snai access to her cards. That was a big mistake. Because now Snai Nesalim, the very same Snai that I was talking about in the beginning of the video, Nese Ayabu, like he was going back to being that person. Already he was halfway there. No Nesal is 70% there. Not even 70%, 85% there. Like, why would you give him access to your cards? Like, I don't understand that part. Why would you do that? Why? Already he's sleeping under your roof, he's eating your food, he's drinking your water, and he's not even thankful. Like, thank instead uma. So fine, after granting him access to her cards and all that, Snai was using the money recklessly. He was using it on girls, same story, alcohol and all that. So like these people were now fighting a lot. Like they fought a lot because I guess Snai, he was sleeping out. No, Lee, his very same friends that failed to help him when he lost his job, back to square one. Be like, how swabe, especially Snai, like how swabe, dude. If you're gonna watch this, how swabe, like literally how swabe for the Spencer's how recklessly in fact, like now I would have shot you if it was me, shame, like period. You know, there's some situations that actually push girls to the extent, I know I can't be working hard, feeding you, clothing you, bathing you and all that, and when instead of thanking me, you in my face. Like, what the hell is that? So fine, one day Mugeli went on a business trip in Sainton, right? Yo, Snai turned their flat into a busy corner, guys. Like in a lady party, Monday to Friday, not busy. So it happened that Mugel got back from the business trip earlier, right? Like, I like this part. She got back earlier from the trip. And Haja's a Snai. So she came back earlier because she had plans for Yena Snai. Guys, listen to this. As soon as one about to awaka in, Snai, he's busy banging another girl. Like, he's busy banging another girl on their bed. On their bed. So obviously the girl was furious. Like, she was chasing them out. Busy kama botolo. She's breaking everything that she can get her hands on. Like, she's cursing them. Fine, so because like, you know, like, what's that noise? So Mogelo was furious, Shane. Like, she was furious, and I don't blame her. She was busy throwing bottles at the guy, cursing him and all that, until the guy's friend intervened because it was getting serious and dangerous at the same time, right? Because I ended up moving out because the girl chased her out. So right? Days passed. Wanabatu, she's busy processing everything. Like, she's wondering where she went wrong. Lorona and me and her best friend, we are consoling her because now fault there high, you know, like Nessa I blame her. Let me put it like that. Nessa I blame her because she was like, maybe it's my fault. Maybe I wasn't supporting him enough. Maybe I wasn't showing him more love. Maybe I wasn't loving him the way he wanted me to. And Lorena be like, no, dude, you were doing enough. This guy again, I appreciate him. Like, he didn't appreciate you. Jay, he was taking advantage of your kindness. So Miguel would most of the time be like, I miss Snai, I wonder what he's doing, I wonder how is he doing. Because even on her status updates, she would write, I miss him and all that. Like, onamarata guys, onamarata, and the guy took advantage of that or her. So busy, you know what? Try and forget about this guy because he did you dirty, right? He did you dirty, and ever since that incident, Hasotli Asa apologized. Like he's disappeared into thin air and he's nowhere to be found. So just focus on yourself, work on yourself, healer, and forget about this guy. So guys, it gets worse. So after a month, Snai came back. He's busy asking for forgiveness and all that. Mind you, he has lost a lot of weight. So Mugeli Lena, now that unali soft spot for the guy, like she ended up giving him a second chance because somehow I don't blame her. Somehow like I blame her. Not I blame her. I don't know how to put it. Like you know, because this guy has already, he hurt you enough. This guy hurt you enough and you still have the decency to like give him a second chance and all that. But then when I look on the other side, I see that she really loved this guy. She really loved him. This guy initially weakness high shame. So time passes. Snai is now an indoor person. I get it, he's trying to win her trust back. Motho behaved, he was trying by all means to amend things between them. So guys, listen to this. Remember that girl that Snai was having sex with, right? A few months later, she appears from nowhere, jig or pregnant. Like already my friend went through a lot. Like already she went through a lot. And then she had the audacity, to go right straight to the door. Oh my, like I think that maybe Snai told the girl that maybe it's his house or something like that. But still, I get bali chased out, bali sharper. So why would you have the audacity to go to someone else's house? Kampa. Like what if Mugele ne le motho a hlanyang? So Mugele, or she had a knock on her door. Aya alo checker, obviously. Ha bula jig. Get the side chick. Kampa. Little suitcase. She was fuming. She felt like beating her up. But then another side of her, it stopped her from wait until like she became the birder person. Let me put it like that. She became the birder person because pregnant, right? So the side chick busy Lena, she's busy asking about Snai. Okay. So the way my friend felt strengthless cutting Ara, she was like, Kyo Snai, how he's in the living room, right? Because I remember the time when she told us about her second encounter with the girl. I get their first encounter was when the girl was busy having sex with Snai, and then the second encounter, the girl ali on her doorstep. Like you know what, Snai yo, oka living room. Elena ofihla ka marata, like busy, she's busy yelling and shouting at Snai, busy or like. I've been looking everywhere for you, dude. I'm pregnant. You were nowhere to be found. What happened? The way my friend was so speechless and strengthless cutting Ari, she took her car keys and left. She left for about 3 days and she was at her parents' house, right? So fine, one about two, she couldn't hold back the tears. Like when she got to her parents' house, like I get it happened. Like she was heartbroken, right? She was heartbroken. So when she got to her parents' house, she was explaining everything to them, telling them what happened, what Snai did, and apparently she wanted to come back the same day, but then her mother was like, no, stay at home and think about the way forward. Like skajach, think about the way forward now that there's a child involved. What's going to happen in your relationship, because I get it, the guy and you want to make it work. So think about the way forward. Like give yourself some time and think about this whole thing, right? So after 3 days, she went back to her flat. Honestly, the side chick Lena, she made herself at home. So what my friend did when she got to her flat was that instead of creating havoc and fighting and all that, she decided to be the better person, right? So she called Snai outside, gore ba tlo bua, and talk about the way forward. The way my friend was so in love with Snai and the way she wanted to make the relationship work, she told Snai that, you know what, I'm not gonna break up with you. I forgive you for all that you have done. Now, what I ask from you is that, can I please be a part of the child's life, right? Can I please be a part of the child's life? Like, no one can do that. No one can do that. But when it reaches that point, just know that you are loved. Know that so they came to an agreement that the side chick can stay and that after giving birth, they looked for a place for her. So months passed, the side chick gave birth. Lebona Snai and my friend busy there looking for an apartment for the girl, and they ended up bamukreela. So guys, listen to this. So instead of moving into her new apartment, the side chick told my friend that, you know what, like, I want to spend a few weeks at my parents' house before you move in. Like, obviously she wanted to learn about being, I guess she was a first time mom and all that, so she wanted to learn about being a mother and all that. So she told my friend that I want to go to my parents' house for a few weeks, but then I'm still going to move into the apartment. You know, this teaching the and then I'll move into the apartment. My friend didn't mind, obviously. Like, to her, long as the side chick lingwana bale sharp, that's what mattered to her, right? So this one time she was at work, right? So Snai omokopa Zaga, and he's like, I want to get a few things for the baby. So fine, Mugelo amusendela her mind, because when it came to the child was her first priority. Like, she loved the child as if okay, never mind, I thought that somebody was calling me. She loved the child as if he was her own, you know. She loved the baby as if he was her own. So I'm gonna send her Zak. As soon as Snai after Greya Zaga, guys, like, he took almost everything in that house. I remember he took the TV, he took her laptop and Ankale's sound. He left after that. Like, he was nowhere to be found. And that was the last time Mugeli Abuwalien. So when she got home from work, obviously she was confused. Half of her things were missing, as like I've said, TV high, sound high, laptop high. At first she thought that maybe they broke in her house, they broke in her flat. She tried calling Snai and because I had again at all. Snai omo blocky. Like, imagine, guys, I remember how weak and betrayed she felt. Like, imagine doing so much for someone, he's not even doing anything for you. Umofaledi chance, like, umofaledi chance, you give him a lot of chances, yena about betray it just like that, you know. Like, obviously she had a lot of questions. Like, imagine taking someone in about it slightly, you know. On top of that, you forgive him and try to help him in any way you can. Mutabo like, ha appreciate it. Instead, at the end of the day, what Drebola and ends up stealing from you. That is not fair. You know, such things leave you weak. They leave you with trust issues. They leave you broken, right? They leave you with low self-esteem and all that. Like, you keep asking yourself, what is it that I lack? And they make it seem as if it's your fault whilst it's not. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to turn on the notification bell for more videos, right? I'll see y'all in my next video.